Hello, my name is Pankon and this is the GitHub profile analyzer assignment which we have received. So without wasting any time, at first I will show you how the assignment, how the project works. So we will run npm run dev, which is the dev command, and control click this link. This is the UI of that project, and here we will insert the username. Here I am inserting my username and we will click find, and this is the card which will appear. This is the avatar or the name of that user, the username, and the join date of that user. This is the number of repositories he have, the followers and following, the place where he lives, and the company which he works at. And this is the activity heat map of this. You can see that number 108 contributions in the last year, and this is the close button which if I click, the card will disappear and we can do it all about it. So explaining the project, this is the app component. Here I have used a use state variable show card, which whose only work is to mount and unmount the card on the DOM. If the value is true, then the card will be shown, and if the value is false, then the card will disappear. This is the user variable. Uh, this is local user variable because it will use to call the GitHub REST API. The user will contain the uh, value which is inputted in the form, and this will be called in the GitHub REST API. And here I have used conditional rendering using logical operator. If this part is true, then this will be rendered. If this part is false, then this will render. So if show card is true, then the profile will appear. And if I click the close, there is that close button. If you remember, if I click that close button, then this will be false and this will appear. So, and next comes the input form component. Here I have received props like set show card and user and set user from the app component. Initially, I thought of leaving that with any type, but while deploying to Vercel, it was complaining that we cannot have any type. So I have searched Google and added the types. Here, this set current user is the function which I have received from a global variable. The global variable is made using recoil atom. This is the global variable current user at global atom, and this is the interface of that object. Name, you can see that we will using name, avatar, created at local, company, public post, followers, and followings. So this will return a form. That form, here I have used ShadCN UI components. The input is the input and button are imported from ShadCN, and we can see that on changing the user, on changing the input form, we will set the local user variable, and then on clicking the button, we will go to handle submit, which will set the set show card, which is the show card variable to true, false, and the form will disappear and profile card will appear because it becomes false, and so here it becomes false, and so this appears. And also we will make a get request to the GitHub API, and we will receive the response, and we will store that the response dot data to the global atom variable. The moving on, next comes the profile card, which will uh, in the profile card component we will take the get the value of that user variable, global atom variable, and here I need to do this because it was complaining like if current user might be null, so we cannot have that. So here I am explicitly returning the if there is no current user available. And this is the card section. The avatar is also imported from ShadCN components, and user info is another component which I will come. And button is the close button, on clicking which it sets the card to the negate of the current state, and it also resets the input from field button. And the activity heat map I tried to build, but I could not build, so I've used another package called Github calendar, and I have imported the Github calendar component from it. And if I send that this prop, then it will the username prop. It will give that user's activity heat map. And then last comes the user info, which will contain the details. It will render the details on the card. So at first, this renders the name, join date. Let's say this thing. And here also, if I click the this button, it will open it on a new tab. Uh, this is the join. I've extracted the created it and converted it to local. And then there is the stat section and the location and company. If no location is present, it will render not specified. Same for the company. And the stat section will is this thing. It will import. It would render the public repos, followers, and follow. So that's all me explaining the project. I hope to hear from you guys in the future. That's all. Bye bye.